Welcome to another episode of the Strategies for the Workplace podcast. Just a quick reminder that the book from which these articles are taken is now available on Amazon. And now, onto this week's article. Single point of failure. You may hear the slightly dated expression, wearing suspenders and a belt. It means that someone took double precautions against a possible mishap, referring to the man who wears both suspenders and a belt to hold up his pants. After all, either may fail, while the odds of both malfunctioning are much lower. This general appeal to redundancy has related justifications. A single point of failure means that a system is basing its overall function on one element, and should that element, whether it is a process, a facility, a supplier, a piece of equipment, person, etc., not work as expected, the entire system may collapse. The key man risk involves the problem that can occur if a vital person is unable to play his role due to illness, travel holdups, or something similar. Organizations may want to avoid having an entire team all in the same place at the same time for fear of a single calamity wiping out an essential capability. For example, the entire executive team of your organization may not all travel to the same event or in the same vehicle. The point is to recognize that single points of failure and other concentrated risk can exist and to mitigate them through redundancy, distributed authority, and so on. Let's look at this a little further. In the case of common difficulties, people naturally have backup plans, extra copies, and the like. In the case of relatively rare events, people may consider the chance of something disadvantageous happening to be so low as to be acceptable. Generally, you may want to mitigate every small risk by introducing an alternative. Of course, you have traded dependence on one thing for dependence on two, and both might fail. On the other hand, the chances of both failing should be much smaller than one, and attempting to eliminate all risk can be more costly than the benefit. Questions you should consider include: do we have any single points of failure, such as dependency on a single person or vendor product being available? If we have single points of failure, how should we reduce risk? Common examples of redundancy include both paper and digital copies of documents, both on-site and off-site storage, backup facilities in case the main facility is unavailable, sharing information with a deputy or shadow in case the principal person is unavailable, and recruiting multiple suppliers. When gaming out scenarios, it is reasonable to plan for the most common circumstances to arise. However, some effort should be expended considering rare, severe situations, sometimes referred to as black swan events. Further, don't assume only one bad thing can happen at a time. Perhaps several bad things will arrive together. Consider that you might be able to pay $1 to handle a common problem, $10 to handle a less common one, $100 to handle a rare one, $10,000 to handle a very rare one, and $1 million to handle an extraordinarily rare one. Since I have provided no context, you can't know which investment level is appropriate. The point is to recognize the pattern of higher investment for more coverage and apply the thinking. As the saying goes, better safe than sorry.